Well, we're following developments tonight from the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office on the condition of two deputies who were stabbed by an inmate late last week. One of the deputies went through surgery on Friday, and we learned tonight that he's been moved out of the intensive care unit and is on the road to recovery. The other injured deputy was treated and released on Friday. Investigators say an inmate named John Anthony Cole used a shank to stab the deputies inside the Sebastian County Jail. He's already been sentenced to prison for a murder in Arizona and awaiting trial for another murder that happened in Fort Smith. He remains in custody tonight and will continue bringing you developments on any new charges filed against him for the stabbings. Graduates at local universities received their diplomas this weekend. Ceremonies were happening throughout the weekend at the University of Arkansas's Fayetteville campus, where more than 5,000 students graduated. Another 650 also received their diplomas at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And as graduation season sweeps across the country, hundreds of thousands of new college graduates are stepping into the workforce. But what kind of job market are they entering? Tonight, 5 News reporter Parker Abels breaks down the job market for this year's college graduates.
As the class of 2025 goes out into the world, leaving college behind them, they appear to be in a much better spot than years prior in the job market.
It's the day we celebrate your accomplishments.
According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, around 90% of employers anticipate a large increase in hiring levels from 2024, that number being nearly 25% in a survey conducted between February and late March of this year. And this is no different in the food industry, as the Brightwater Culinary School graduates feel confident in the current market.
The food scene in Northwest Arkansas is just growing more and more every year, and some of the connections you build here are very helpful in getting you a job.
But in the high school ranks, things are slightly shifting as to where they are choosing to go to college.
A lot of our kids seem to want to start at NWAC and then move to the University of Arkansas. The number of students that are applying to NWAC or a 2-year school has gone from about 9% to about 19 or 20%.
And while Leslie Ziegler, a counselor at Fayetteville High School, says 65 to 70% of students are still applying to 4-year colleges, a large reason for the rise in 2-year college applications is the financial gain.
There may be a cost factor in there. Kids don't sometimes know what they want to do, and so they're taking their basic classes, getting their maybe associate's degrees at NWAC, and then moving on to a 4-year school.
Especially with the help provided by the state of Arkansas.
And the state of Arkansas does a great thing called the Arkansas Futures Grant, where if it is a high demand job, a high demand degree in the STEM field, to a 2-year college, the state of Arkansas pays for everything.
Covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Looking ahead at special election week in Arkansas, Election Day is this Tuesday in several local races. Voters will be casting ballots on several issues, including school board races and millage proposals. You can text VOTE to the number at the bottom of your screen. We'll send you a link to our website showing you a breakdown of the issues and a list of early voting sites open tomorrow. Just text the word VOTE to 479-785-5000. The Jefferson County Quorum Court is set to meet tomorrow in Pine Bluff. They're hoping to pass a 2025 budget and put an end to a government shutdown that's been in place since the start of the year. County workers went weeks without pay until the governor signed a bill allowing paychecks to go out during the stalemate. Justices of the peace approved a budget framework on Friday. Now it just needs the county judge's signature, and that's expected to happen tomorrow night. Well, we're in the middle of Skin Cancer Awareness Month, better known as Melanoma Awareness Month. It's a month set aside to bring awareness to all forms of skin cancer. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb visited with a local doctor and skin cancer survivor about the importance of prevention.
1 in 5 people will develop skin cancer. It's a big deal to discuss with people the importance of checking your body, early detection. It's easier to treat something when it's early as opposed to waiting.
Dr. Sandy Johnson of Johnson Dermatology in Fort Smith says the best way to keep from getting any skin cancer is paying attention to your skin.
And most people can tell if something is changing or growing on their skin. And just be smart, just know your body and look at it.
And that's exactly what Allison Houston of Fort Smith did 5 years ago.
I had gone in back in 2020 just for a regular full body scan check because I would go once a year. And actually, the spot that I was concerned about was not the one that ended up being skin cancer.
Houston said she had that spot removed, but what she had removed came back as stage 1 melanoma.
I went back to Dr. Sandy's office, and Dr. Brad Johnson went in and took more out of the spot and then went around it to make sure that all of the borders were clear.
Dr. Johnson says, remember the A, B, C, D, and E's of melanoma. A is asymmetric. B is for borders. Are the borders irregular? C is color. Is it different colors? D is diameter. And E is for evolving. Is it growing? She says the most obvious way to prevent any skin cancer is protection.
We all like to be outside. We all like to enjoy it, but we just need to do it smart. So avoid the peak hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Try to seek shade as much as you can. When you can't, create your own. Have an umbrella, wear a big sun hat, sun protective clothing, sunglasses, and then whatever skin is exposed, use your sun protection.
And that includes using mineral-based sunscreens that contain titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, and iron oxide. As for Allison, she says she's extremely sun smart now.
I stay in the shade. I wear a big hat. I wear a certain type of bathing suit now that's long sleeved, has a built-in SPF. I do that, and to do those things, to be sun smart, sun safe, and to go see the dermatologist at least once a year. Get yourself checked because it really can happen.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, I'm Darren Bobb, 5 News.
Dr. Johnson says it's best to get a yearly skin exam unless you have a history of skin cancer. Then she recommends every 3 to 6 months. A lawsuit is blocking the transfer of 2 elephants from Los Angeles to Oklahoma. The Tulsa Zoo is hoping to add the animals to their elephant preserve, but a group of activists filed a lawsuit to block the transfer. The lawsuit alleges the LA Zoo misled the public about where the animals were being moved to and is asking the court to send the elephants to a wildlife sanctuary that is not a zoo.